Yes, guys. Yes, people. Big up everybody that's locked in. Welcome back to the trenches, as always, for another live stream, another video. Big up everybody that's in here. We're here to go through mainly just contract talks, same old transfer rumors. There's been a big article from The Athletic discussing player unsettlement at Chelsea, Graham Potter's situation. We're going to go into some of the key quotes from that article. And also just going through anything you guys want to discuss too. I may send a link out towards the end for like maybe the last 20 minutes or so. I might do it, but it all depends on time because I've got to be gone by 5. Gooni's got to be gone by 5 as well. So we're gonna run it by ear and we're gonna figure things out. Also, rest in peace to John Motson as well. One of the best commentators I've ever seen, a proper throwback as well. Really shocking news, but like as always, every death is going to be shocking. But rest in peace to John Motson. Drop your RIPs in the comment section. And yeah, Goonie, big up yourself, my guy. Hope everything's good. Hope everything's good, bro.
Yeah, man, everything's all good as can be outside of Chelsea, obviously. But yeah, man, we're here. Yeah, we do our shows every week almost every week on my platform now, innit? Love those shows. It's good to be here as well, man. You've been killing it, been getting some clip moments on the socials and that, man.
It's been fucking crazy, bro.
It's been wild, mate. It's been mental.
Yeah, guys, as always, welcome to the trenches and all of that. But I think it'll be a little bit more of a peaceful one today. But yeah, it's been fucking crazy. Everywhere I'm seeing the same Andrew and Johnny video or Alex with the shotty out. Apparently, I saw someone in the comments, they said fucking Terry brought it up on the football terrace. I have to have a little rewatch of that. But for everyone in the comments as well, big up all you man that are in here. Like, subscribe. We're nearly 200 of you guys in here. I know we haven't got 100 likes. So everyone get into it. Big up Rap, big up Abdi, big up Henrik, big up Nicholas. Oh shit, I shouldn't have brought that one up. Fuck's sake. But yeah, big up DK, big up Go AM, big up Oljo. Everyone's just saying hella Potter outs. It is what it is. I'm with you, man. I get it, but I also don't know if this guy is gonna get given the sack just yet. Big up Jack, big up Miko, big up Ben, big up Skills. Big up Jesters. Let me know if my camera starts bugging out as well, because I have a feeling it's not my connection and it's actually just the camera. But let me know. Let me know in the comments. Big up Andrew as well. I'll see you later because I know we're going live on Gooni's channel later. So guys, also check that out, 11 p.m. And yeah, let's get straight into. Actually, no, before that, one last thing. Check out Jerseys FC in the description below for all your best affordable football kits. Doesn't just have to be Chelsea shirts. Did get this season's home kit. I completely bollocks this up, but yeah, this season's home kit, Thiago Silva on the back. You can get other clubs as well. AC Milan shirt, Oli Giroud on the back. Even countries, you can get different countries. All for with 20% off as well if you use the code CarefreeLewisG down in the description below. Big up everybody that's in here, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Because there was a big article from The Athletic that came out early, and they actually have sources within Chelsea too. So it's an interesting perspective to look through. I just wanted to go through a couple of these direct quotes. The first one is, there's no full team training session today, with Potter mindful of the injury crisis and overloading players. A big keyword is full training, because I initially looked at this and thought we've actually just fucking given everybody another day off. But it sounds like it's more of a half day or something. And I don't want to look too deep into it, because I'm not the one that's in the training ground. I'm not the one that's handling the sessions. Maybe they do need 2 or 3 days off, but how does it come across? Do you think we're actually playing this smart and we're protecting players' injuries, or do you think it's coming across as we're not preparing? Because you see the way that we look on the pitch, we don't really look that prepared. We don't look that set up, in spite of the fact that we have weeks off in between games. What's your thoughts on that?
Here's the problem. It's so difficult to just take from that isolated incident. Well, this is 2 days now. Yesterday, there was no training. Today, not a full training session. That's open to interpretation. It's not very clear, obviously. But with everything that's just been going on in and around the club, bruv, I don't even know what to think. Because listen, It could be genuine. It could be like the players just need a mental break from everything and they need to sit down for a bit and perhaps, lighten the load on training. We have a lot of injury-prone players. He's probably trying to protect a few of them, potentially. But for me, I feel that there's something more than that. What it actually is, I can't really put my finger on it, bro. But I can't help but I don't really believe a lot of these reports saying everything's all good at Cobham and the gaffer's job isn't under any kind of danger at the minute. This is why I don't know what to take from it, bro. We're in just such an uncertain position, bro. Like I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Big up Said as well, innit? I ain't got.
That's my thing, because I would understand it if it was like last season, because last season we had 63 fixtures that season. We were playing twice a week, basically the entire season. That I understand, like if you need to give players a day off every now and then. And even then, it's harder to do it because you have to prepare for the next game. It's coming thick and fast. Now it's a case of you could afford to make that rest, but we look so unprepared. We don't look strong in any aspect of our game except maybe defensively. Why are we taking days off when our squad isn't in any sort of area where you can afford to have a day off without training, without preparation, and you can still go into the next game with the same sort of energy? I just don't see it.
Well, we got whether it's to be believed, but we got the news that Christopher Vival apparently has had a word with Graham Potter, and if you know this guy's reputation, I was told that he doesn't give a shit. He goes in there and he speaks how he speaks, bro, and he lets his mind be known. So I don't know if that's affected the state of things, bro. It's so difficult to point the finger at what this could be because everything's in chaos, bro. Everything's in chaos. On one side of the media, you're hearing everything's all good. Yeah, the cohesion in the club is fine. The next side you're hearing is turmoil. Senior players are unhappy. Younger players are unhappy. Players that want to leave are unhappy. Do you know what I mean? The higher ups. I don't know, Lewis. It's so hard, bro. Like it's just a terrible time to just be a Chelsea fan at the minute. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, I hear you because, like you said, we're hearing two different things from completely different sources. Some people are saying Graham Potter's fine. There's no issues. We're hearing from the Athletic article as well that players it's not that they don't feel like they can't communicate with him. It's that they don't feel like there's that outreach from him. There was another quote on that. I'm just going to get to that before I get to the super chats. Here it is. From what I hear or gather, I don't get the impression Potter is saying that much to the players. He doesn't strike me as a personable character that says a lot. At Brighton, there's little expectation between the manager and the players. People have to respect him as a man, as a coach, and a lot of the players who have come in may not know that much about him or seen him or what he's done. At Chelsea, the dynamic is different. And again, that leads into the CV. It's a case of what have you done before? Like top players want to work with top coaches. And Graham Potter isn't really that. The maddest thing I get hearing that is, do you remember that Eunice video? When he went to the training ground, he was like, Potter don't say anything to the players. Like he just goes like, sounds like the exact same thing.
Hold on. Now, this is where I've got to give Potter some defense because you see that training session that Eunice went to, and again, no disrespect to Eunice, that's my brethren still. I love the brother to bits. But you see that there, that's an open training session. And open training sessions, as some of you may or may not know, is basically a social club for the players to just kick the ball around and appease the fans who were there to just watch them, who were just gassed to be there. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're just like one-time things.
So it's nothing. Bayern Munich do it quite a lot. So they allow the public to come and watch the training, but like it's just a bit of an exhibition. So let the players have fun, loosen up a bit. It's not really your full intensity that you would see behind closed doors, because when you think about it, it would be ridiculous to be putting out your tactics to the public, because anyone, if it's open, it means anyone can join who's going. So it's detrimental to do that. So in terms of open training, I don't really pay too much attention to it, because clubs that do that, they never give full intensity, never ever do that. But outside of that, if that's the case behind closed doors, then we've got a very serious problem, no doubt. If that's the same language, yeah. And you see why I can believe that as well, bro, is what I'm seeing on the pitch as well. I'm not too much watching Graham Potter on the sidelines, yeah, because different personality, people are different. Yeah, and you'll be surprised. And one thing that we're forgetting in football is body languages and everything. You should never judge a book by its cover. You shouldn't always do that. Yeah, some managers are vocal, some managers are not. That doesn't mean that they're not capable of doing the job. However, saying that, Graham Potter hasn't shown us much in times when he's supposed to. Like, for example, that Southampton game really was supposed to be an exhibition for us to see what he's worked on in training. That's the time where you're supposed to see what's this guy trying to build? What is the preview that we're trying to see the following season?
We rotated. Our two best players, we rotated them.
This is what I mean. So it's these decisions that he's made. How do you defend it? I can't defend that. You can't defend that. It's not like we're not in a situation where we need 3 points. We've got no luxury to rotate nobody. You play.
That's why so many guys who are Potter in, like myself included, you watch that Southampton game and you think, what are we defending? Like, we're defending Mount on the wing, Silva, James bench.
That was the turning point. It was unanimously the turning point for the majority of us. That was the point where everyone said, you know what? 20th place Southampton with no manager looking more organized than us, and only one player in that team gets into our squad, and we're getting done like that.
Nah.
You can't defend it, bro. You can't defend it. It's insanity. And then people are saying, oh, we're playing Spurs. We turn up against Spurs usually. Like, where's your spirit? You're not proper Chelsea. Not proper Chelsea. I live in the real world, my friend. I love Chelsea, but I won't lie on it and be shameless. I won't. I've got no hope. Show me where you get the hope from this manager.
Nowhere. Our best luck is if we get a penalty. That's the only way I see us winning. And even then, like, we got to keep the clean sheet after that. And I don't even back us to do that. And
this is the thing, yeah. Spurs are notorious this season, yeah, at least for the first half of the season, for getting them between 80 and 93rd minute goals and getting a result. They've been doing that. So we're not safe at any point, no matter how badly they play.
To a lead.
That's what I mean. No matter how badly they play for 80 or so minutes, they're still going to be in the game. Because one thing's for true is that I'm very doubtful if, it's bad to say this, if an Aubameyang's not starting, our finishing is going to be in the bin, bro. If we're not careful. And these are
you should have seen the stuff on Aubameyang in there too. I'm going to get into that in a little set. Big up DK saying this PR is mad. I can't lie. Vivell's probably given Potter 3 games. Is it even... This is my thing, because I could get... Maybe you could say Vivell don't really trust Potter like that because he came in after Potter was given the job. What about Bowley, though? Do you think there might be a butting of heads between the two? Because Bowley, like we said, he has to stand by his horse now. He sacked Tuchel for him.
I don't believe that's true, because I'd been following up closely before Christopher Vivell had arrived at the club, and there was a lot of communication. As soon as it was announced that Bowley was going to take over the club and he started making moves, that name came up early. And the thing is that for them to be having conversations for as long as they did, and with the personality that Christopher Vivell is, he had to have made it unanimously clear. I believe that Vivell made it unanimously clear to Todd Bowley, if you hire me, you step down from the position that you're at, you don't question my decisions, yeah, and we will get along just fine. I know what I'm doing. Look at my track record.
Well, Vivell's just the guy who's running it now.
This is what, exactly. So I believe like the media obviously are using Bowley's name to sensationalize things. Remember, we've never been a media darling. They always like to paint us in a negative light. So now we've got this owner. They're telling us that he's doing things that he's actually stepped down from like a month ago. So Vivell is now in charge. And I strongly believe with the reputation that this guy has, I don't think he's scared to pull the plug, especially since we got the news from Matt Law that said, yeah, they were dismissing the news that they have to pay a hefty termination fee on Graham Potter and his staff if he gets sacked. Usually clubs have a termination agreement if it falls below a win percentage. And that's something that I had said days before that article had come out. I said, these billionaires are too smart to make this risk of making a 5-year deal, highest paid, apparently one of the highest paid managers, or if not the highest paid manager ever at Chelsea, 60 million, terminate that, risk terminating that and have to pay 60 M's. There's no way. So I believe that there's ways to do it. But the problem is, though, Lewis, is as of now, if we get rid of this guy, who steps in to save the season?
I don't know. I feel like we got to wheel out Gus Hiddink out of retirement one more time. That's where we're at. Because I don't, that's the one question, like, that's the only thing where I've been like, okay, maybe I get why they keep Potter, because I don't really know who else comes in afterwards. But I'm also thinking, who would be worse? Who would be really worse? You could just bring in like any man just to try and steady the ship. Because my thing with Potter has also been, if we have no style of play or nothing, or we're too far back to actually implement the philosophy that he wants to implement, why don't we just sit back and just play full dice ball and hoof the ball up top?
It's got to be shameless at this point, bruv. I don't care
Even
about
Arteta
fluid
did that at
football
the
now.
start.
Yeah, I don't care about fluid, sexy football now. Give me 3 points. That's where we're at. Be shameless, bruv.
Do you know how many times I've looked through the fixture list for this season? I cannot find 9 points. I have to literally go through draws and hope we get there. If we like sit back, put everybody behind the ball, we could at least get some results in that way. Because then we're minimizing the opposition. I'm sure in transition we would look a lot better if we weren't trying to play out through the front the whole time. But right now we're trying to play a lot higher. We're trying to dominate the midfield, and that's just not working for us. And I feel like we're trying to play a year down the line when we don't have the squad, and the manager's not even at that level to do it anyway.
And I've got news for you as well, Lewis. His history says with Graham Potter that this is a manager that lives and dies by his philosophy. He will die on that sword. So there's no changing nothing. We're not going to see shameless anything. He's going to persist with his methods until they get it right. That's what we're going to have to expect to see. Happened at Ostersund's, by all accounts I've seen. Happened at Brighton as well, by all accounts I've seen. And it's not going to be any different at Chelsea. It's just that the pressure is a lot more magnified at a club like Chelsea. You have to get it right sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you find yourself in this position. But this form that we're in, horrible form that we're in. Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to say, Lewis, is you see with this manager situation, it's very similar to the number 6 position. We are desperately looking for something at the minute that we're willing to just settle for anything that looks like could do a job. Right, we can't be we can't just be saying let's get this guy on the short term, let's get that guy in the short term. Now, I love Mourinho, let's not get it twisted, but that ship has sailed. The players that we've signed as well, you've got to look at the kind of football that these guys are used to playing. Yeah, you've got to look at the relationship between manager and players, the styles of football. This is what Christopher Vival's there for. Now, if you're talking about a Hansi Flick, who I doubt would take the job now, because obviously the Euros is coming up in Germany. Wanted a lifetime opportunity for any German to be in charge at that. You get me? I don't know if he's going to take that job. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
That's what I mean. So. I'd love for it to be him, but with him, the philosophies are very similar. I'm seeing names like Oliver Glasner. I don't really know too much about the brother like that. I'm hearing good things about him, but I'd be a liar if I was to sit here and try and vouch for a man that I don't really know like that. So I don't know. But right now, I think for the fans, yeah, and just for peace of mind from the turmoil that we've been through, we need to hire somebody who's won something, at least something, or one serial amount of things, to give us any sort of belief going forward. That's where we're at right now. And we can't lower our
names
standards.
like Zidane and Simeone, potentially. I think Simeone, that would be, again, a change back to a different sort of philosophy. Zidane, maybe, but from everything I'm hearing, like, he doesn't like England from the sound of it.
He ain't going to take that job. I don't think he'll take that job.
I don't think either of them would. Ilias is saying Pep Linders, you can keep him at Liverpool.
Yeah. No thanks. We don't want Pep Linders. And Enrique, my thing is with him is I respect what he's done as a manager, but you're going to face a similar problem to what we had in Conte, which is when it comes to plan B, there is none. And you can't have a manager like that in the Premier League if you want sustained success.
Yeah. I'm not too sure with him as well, because there's been questions about him only having a plan A. If that doesn't work, then he's kind of a little bit fucked. I'm not sure. There's pros and cons with all of these managers personally. It's just a question of, like, if you're sacking Graham Potter, are you bringing somebody in for the now, or are you bringing in somebody with an eye to the long term? And if you're bringing in somebody for the now, who are you looking at for the long term then? Because that's 2 managers you got to be eyeing up. I feel like we just put ourselves in this situation. It's sticky. It really is sticky when we think about it.
I mean, listen, unless it's a situation where we find a manager who's willing to, we go back to the Roman days where we offer the 18-month contract. So we protect ourselves and we also protect the manager. Yes, on the face of it, it's going to look like, oh, look, it's back to short-term firing managers again. But no, if we do something like that and try and arrange to get I don't know, a Hansi Flick or somebody in the future, then maybe that could work. But then who would that, again, it goes to the question, who would that person be who would be A, willing to do that, and be the right candidate to do that and push us in the right direction?
I don't know, but I feel like if you're the board, at least now you're going to be trying to seriously look at certain replacements, because it's hard to back Potter. What's Josh sent me? He's asked me to put this up on the big screen. 21-20. Fucking hell, bruv. Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this before. Shit. Numbers are the exact same. So Graham Potter's actually working to his potential. That's scary. That's actually a little bit scary. Fucking hell, bruv. Fucking hell. Save for that, Josh. Big up Christian as well. Just says, hi, Lewis. Big up yourself, my guy. Pacharo says, Madrid has got more goals in England than Chelsea.
It's insulting, isn't it?
This year. Yeah, some of the stats that I've seen have been ridiculous. Lukaku scored more goals this month than we have. And the director of Inter literally came out yesterday and said the guy's too fat.
He's overweight, yeah.
103 kg of weight on his shoulders. I don't even know. Even with Lukaku, I think they're going to end up sending that guy back to us. I really think we're going to end up
brace yourself.
That's
Brace
going to be
yourself,
his own
Chelsea
problem.
fans. Brace yourself, Chelsea fans. He'll be back. Lukaku will definitely be back.
And I don't even want to bring the conversation up because I know all of our thoughts on it. But if Potter's here or a new manager is here and they see Lukaku, do you think they're actually going to try and make it work for the second time?
That's what managers do. Managers, when they come in, they have a clean slate for every single player and they give them the chance. Hence why when Potter came in, you were seeing players that we didn't want to see get opportunities, but he had to do that as manager to see what's available to him and what would work for his system. No different. Lukaku is a player. He's an employee of Chelsea Football Club on a very high wage as well. Let's not forget that. So he brace yourself, Chelsea fans. Whether we like it or not, this is what we're going to end up seeing, unless we find a solution to move him on another loan or to move him on permanently.
I don't even think, because it'll be a completely different new regime. It's not going to be Tuchel there. It's not going to be Roman there. It's going to be a completely different setup and different players. I could see it happen. And Yerps, I hear what you're saying about Lukaku being the most scapegoated player, but he's done it to himself. I tried to defend Lukaku. This brother just ratted the club out for a full 6 months. And this was meant to be the club that he's been dreaming of playing for. At United, overweight. Inter called himself the king of Milan, only to duck them out after 2 months. He's come back overweight. He isn't even lighting up Milan the same way they used to. Even Everton, he pissed off. West Brom, he celebrated against West Brom when he scored against them. Like, you can say he's the most scapegoat. He has done everything in his power to piss off nearly every club that he's been at. That's on him. That is on him. So if you're going to say scapegoats, I get it, but brother's done it to himself. He's done it to himself. Alex, I see you've asked for the link. I'm going to send the link out towards the end of this. We'll probably go back and forth for like 20 minutes or so. What else is here? The English stuff. I wanted to get into this because this is another part of the article. And it says, there's a genuine concern amongst some that many of the English contingent will be sold in the summer to balance the books. I think everyone except maybe Sterling would be likely to leave. Mount, we already know the contract situation. Ruben, I don't think is ever going to force his way out, but like I think Chelsea will always be listening to offers if they ever come out. Gallagher's another one I don't think is going to force his way out because he only wants a top 6 club, and I don't think a top 6 club comes in for him unless it's maybe Newcastle. But realistically, do you how many English players do you see leaving potentially? James Chilwell, James ain't going anywhere.
The English players that we have, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I feel that he'll be going. I think Conor Gallagher will be going. I think Mason Mount will be going as well. What other English players do we have? I think Lewis Hall will be staying. I think Trevor will be staying at least one more season. I think Chilwell's going to be staying. James will be staying. Yeah, that's all I see leaving at the minute.
Gallagher, Ruben, Mount.
Yeah. Unless there's other English players from the top of my head that I've missed out on.
Nah, Trev Sterling I'd keep. I forgot about Trev, Chilwell, and James. Chilwell I'm a bit in two minds about because I know Man City have interest in him. And with all the injuries that he's had, I do think if Chelsea get a good enough offer, they would probably look to sell him. But I still wouldn't. Cause I like the Chilwell and Cucurella like competition between the pair. Even though if I think this season it has been a little bit of a mid-off, it's been that for its own individual reasons. Cucurella's had off the pitch issues. He's also had to adapt to a new team as well. That's going to take time. Chilwell's literally just come off the ACL injury into another injury. And I think he wasn't even managed that well coming off the ACL because we threw him into that stupid Zagreb game. I'd give both of them another chance. Mount, though, I think Mount's gone. I really think Mount's gone. I'm just glad at least they're just putting the contract talks on hold until the summer, and it's a case of either earn your contract or dig your grave. But I think he's gone.
I think I don't think he's gonna sign a new contract and he's gonna be out of here. But it's like we said on the flip side, there's still a lot to do with this Chelsea squad, man. There's a lot to go out and there's a lot to come in. So there's a lot of restructuring to do left at the club.
I'm with you with that. I think with Mount, like the surprising thing was that the length's issue. Because I know we've had this talk about like Mason Mount wanting to spend his long-term future at Chelsea and everything like that. If that's the case, why is contract length such a big issue and he doesn't want to take anything above 5 years?
It's the money, definitely. If all else fails, it always comes back down to the money.
But even the money's incentivized. Like if you do well, you perform well, you earn more money.
He's not on the same base wage as what Reece James is, though.
So what? Reece James' contract was like
Reece James is one of the Reece
James
is one of the. I think. Don't quote me on the conditions on the contract, but what I do know is that the base wage of Reece James's contract is more than what's been offered to Mason Mount. That's what I do know. So I don't know how the whole structure works. Again, I have no idea, but he is because he wants to be in and around that group of earners at the club as well, from what I understand. So the rumors.
I'd understand it if he was performing.
So the rumors of 350 were just exaggerated and taken out of context. It's not the case that he wanted that much money. He wanted to be on parity with players in and around the higher wages because of what he's done for the club, his availability, he doesn't get injured, and he feels like he's contributed enough to be there. But he has to understand, like, you can't go on revisionism when it comes to business. It's what have you done for me lately situation, bruv. And lately, from what we've seen, we're going on 365 days. That's a calendar year now where we've seen poor form. How can you argue a case to be one of the highest earning players when your performances that you've been turning out have been like that? Now, granted, I can say no one at Chelsea has really stood out. But when a Reece James steps out of the team, you see our season suffers because of it. When Mason Mount steps out of the team, is it the same effect? Yes or no? It's not. If we're being honest, I think. If we're being completely honest, that's the case, and it's not hating on the guy. It's just talking the truth. I would love for Mace to go back to the trajectory that he was on and become that player that we thought he was going to become. But at some stage, we've got to look in the mirror and be honest with ourselves. If it's not going to happen, this is the Premier League, bro. There's no time to wait, sit around and find out, bro. It's becoming more and more cutthroat as each season gets passed. The more teams that have money, the less time that you've got to make decisions. That's just how it is.
The worst part is I feel like the more the days go by, the more that Champions League is just becoming more and more used as an excuse for what's the present form is, or even like why players have been treated the way they've been treated. Like, did you see the Werner quotes that came out a few days ago?
No. What did he say?
Bro, he was basically saying that, let me get it up, actually. Let me get it up, because we went through this on yesterday's stream, and I was just shocked by some of the delusion that I was hearing. He said he felt forgotten by Tuchel. And if I just get the rest of the quotes up, he said, I had a very good first 6 months at Chelsea, which was what the supporters and club expected of me, which, I mean, good 6 months, I don't really agree with. He said, the biggest problem was Tuchel put a striker like Lukaku in front of me in the second season after I won the Champions League by nearly playing every game in the first squad. But it's like, bro, you know you're the reason why we bought Lukaku. If you weren't missing chances week in and week out, we would not need to spend 100 million on an out-and-out number 9. And then he's saying, but I played most of the games in the squad that won the Champions League. I had a good 6 months. I scored in the semi-final from a yard.
Yeah. Havertz unlucky
It's an
to hit the
excuse
crossbar.
now. And then you got Mount, like, he wants this big-ass contract because of the Champions League. You got Havertz saying, oh, people know where I can play. I can play everywhere, and I've shown it before in the Champions League. It's just become an excuse nowadays just to hide away from the form that you're showing week in and week out. And that's what pisses me off the most about it, because I can't even enjoy it anymore, because it just feels like an excuse nowadays.
Bruv, look, Timo's no longer our problem no more. But what I say about him is, to be fair, he did have his contribution in the Champions League, but to be trusted as that out-and-out man to lead the lineup on a weekly basis, he's shown himself that he can't do it from a domestic level as well. Do you know what I mean? Even more so from a domestic level, week in, week out. How many chances did we see him miss?
Dude, I think he had 28 big chances missed that first season. 6 league goals. And he was like, I had a good 6 months. Bro, you were good against Southampton, and that was about it, if we're being real.
The proof's in the pudding. Do you know what I mean? So Timo, he would have, I mean, if he had done a bit better and taken them chances, maybe he still would have been here. If he showed some of the
sign Lukaku, it'd be the same front three.
Yeah, that's it. But you get me, he's no longer our problem. Good luck to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was watching the game yesterday, and I'm so glad we got rid of him. I'm so glad. And Thomas, people don't want Mount out because it's popular. It's because he's just not good enough. And I saw someone in the quotes, I think it was Josh, saying it was perfect. 365 days is not form. That is the standard.
It makes
form is a short-term bit of ability.
Makes zero sense, mate, about a flip-flop fan base. Yeah, some players, their form come and go. Just because I saw what they done a year ago, 2 ago, do I still have to hold them to that standard if they're not showing it consistently? Get out of here, man. You're not even bro, about flip-flop fans. Do you even support Chelsea or do you support Mason Mount? Which one is it, man?
This is the thing. Player stands is just ridiculous. Yeah, no way did Werner win man of the match. No way. Even if that's the case, don't chat to me like man of the match is a serious award. Mason Mount won it against Zagreb a few months ago, and even he said he didn't know how he won that. So like, that don't mean nothing to me, even if he did. Like, he's still shit. What else did we have here? Fofana. I wanted to go into this on Fofana. Kyle McCauley's data analysis concluded Fofana is superior to Aubameyang in the most important metrics. Now, fair enough. I'm not going to speak about the data analysis and say that's false or anything. Fine. I don't even mind that. Why has Aubameyang had more game time than Fofana since he's joined? And even Aubameyang's been thrown out the squad then. Because that I don't understand. Because we've persisted with Havertz up top for so long, and we all know it doesn't work. I've said Fofana or Oba, I'm fine with it. I don't care. Just give me a number 9 up top. Oba's had more game time than he has had. He's come off the bench against Palace, come off the bench against City, and then got sent back onto the bench. Fofana's only had that 45-minute cameo against Southampton. And that's it. So if he's doing better, why are we just not giving him more minutes? And even with Obra, I don't understand the situation, but it's like, it's whatever. He's a short-term fix. I don't care too much. But I just like a number 9.
I'll be honest, mate. The whole situation with Aubameyang, I have no idea, but it's not on. It's definitely not on. And from what we're seeing in terms of finishing from Kai Havertz, it's nowhere near good enough. Yeah, and I trust Aubameyang, regardless of whether I want him at the club or not. I trust him to put an opportunity away more than anybody else that we've got in that position. That's just a fact. Yeah, in terms of Fofana, I understand why he's not getting the minutes that he's getting, because he wasn't supposed to be here to be starting games. Ideally, if things were correct and the way they're supposed to be at this club, he was supposed to be loaned out somewhere. I see the talent in him. I see a lot of talent in him, a lot of ability in him, but I see a lot of rawness in him as well. So I can understand why they might be a little bit apprehensive to start the kid week in, week out. But with Aubameyang, for me, there's no excuse. This is your best finisher at the club. It's a bit your best finisher at the club, and he's shown it his entire career. You need to give him games. We can't score goals. Get someone who can put the ball in the back of the net.
We need somebody that's capable of. That's why I don't get it. I've said it numerous times. If he had any issues away from the pitch, and he was like a problem in the dressing room. I just need to hear that once, and I've got a full agreement. I'm hearing nothing from everything. Apparently, Oba is fine in the dressing room. So I don't understand it. But if you got no plan of using him, just use Fofana.
Can we address this Thomas SW6 one more time? He said, either you rate a footballer or you don't. Most of you rated him and backed him under Lampard when he was always the same player. I rated Falcao as one of the greatest strikers we had seen in our generation. By the time he had gone to United and Chelsea, did I rate him as the same player? Shut up and sit down, you absolute pleb, bruv. Yeah, you are a Mason Mount fan, bro. You are not a Chelsea fan, bruv. Yeah, use your logic. If you are backing that over what's best for the club, then I don't know for you, bruv. Don't come here and talk to us about nothing. Yeah, about
this is the thing, because like,
bro,
you rated and backed him under Lampard 2 years ago.
This is what I'm saying.
Football changes all the time. I rated Havertz 2 years ago. I think he's a fraud now. Like,
this is what I'm saying.
Things change. Like, a player could be a baller 2 years ago, and he could be shit now.
This is what I'm saying, bro. Like absolute donuts. Mason Mount FC over Chelsea FC. This is what these men are on, bro. Anyway, you're done out here, bro. The comments have spoken. You've been cooked. Get out of here.
Exactly. Thomas, I don't get it. You're a regular in it, so I ain't gonna cook you too much. But the same way, what are you talking about, bro? Lampard in 2021, Mason Mount was our best player at that point, or best attacker. Fair enough. Like, no one's even debating that. There has been a clear regression in Mason Mount over the last 2 years. And you can't just ignore that based on something that happened 2 years ago. This is the same mentality that the fucking players have when they're looking back at what they did in 2021 to try and justify the way that
Exactly. Yeah, everybody has the same. The only agenda that everybody has here is we want to win trophies, bro. That's what we're here to do.
And our opinions could change again. Havertz could ball out for the next 3 months, and I'll be like, he's a fucking baller. There's the generational talent that I was talking about, because things are subjective.
There you go. Exactly. Now, Thomas, if you had led with a bit more respect, I promise you, I would have addressed you with respect. Yeah. So next time, just know, innit, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. You get the energy that you give out. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. If Mason Mount balls out, fair enough. We'll go back to rating him again. But that's the way things are. You know what the thing I hate the most about that? You'll do that. They'll call you a flip-flop, and they'll say you're in the mud. They'll say you're in the mud. I've said it before. If Mount comes back and he turns things around, I apologize for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I apologize for nothing that I said in the past. Everything that I said at the time that I said it, I meant it. If it changes based on new evidence, that becomes my new opinion at the time. But I don't understand this idea that once you have an opinion on somebody, it's fixed forever, and you can never change that. You have to die on your sword. I've never understood that. But that is, again, Stan mentality.
That's it, man.
Stan mentality causes that. You have to die by these players. You have to back them through everything. Only thing that I'm backing is this football club. As long as you perform for my football club, I've got you. As soon as you stop performing, get out. Because we're too high of a football club to be carrying people.
Mm-hmm. And the reverse, and watch this, the reverse works. Harrison Hunter just asked a great question. Any current players you've never rated from the start? Now, I'll say this. I thought Maddison was a decent player and nothing more than that. But as of recently, this is one that's changed my mind. And I think this guy could actually do something at a good level. So it works the reverse. Do you know what I mean? Like with all, you can't just say, yeah, he's a good player. That's it. That's not how football works. I'm sorry, it's not how football works, bruv.
Literally, like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's players that I've looked at initially and thought, this guy's dead. And then he's come out of nowhere, balled out, and things change. Things change. Football is subjective. It's not just one fixed opinion, and that's it. What's he saying now? If you rated Mount from the beginning, you have no right to speak about wanting Mount now. But why not? Why not? I rated Mount at the beginning. I was willing to give him a chance. It's been 4 years, and he's gone up, and he's gone straight back down to a lower level that I even saw from him initially.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not even gonna get rude to Thomas no more, bruv. And here's the thing. It's more than, it's not even just about whether you want him out or not. It's in the summer, he's gonna have a year left of his contract. Do you want him to go for free, or do you want to get some money for him so we can invest in the squad? It's very simple questions like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Mount stayed at the club and was part of the rebuild, right? Do you think I'd be sitting there brewing that he signed a new contract and he stayed and he's part of the rebuild and we've actually addressed things that we need to address in the squad? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Would he be my first choice to start every single week? No, not immediately, because he'd have to prove himself. He'd have to prove himself.
And the problem is, like, he's not even being put in that position. He's just starting most weeks. Starting most weeks on the same shit. But it is what it is. I'm not even going to go too deep into it. I've said my piece on that. Fofana, I hope he gets given some game time because he's just been left to rot, really. Just anything except Kai up top. Anything except Kai up top. On a bit more positive news, N'Golo Kante is back in training, and Matt Law's saying, I don't want to overhype it, but I've been told Kante looks in great shape, and there is a lot of excitement around the fitness that he's going to come back with. They've taken it super slowly, and they've been very careful with his return. That is optimistic. And as long as we don't rush N'Golo back into the team, bring him in a little bit slowly, we might be able to see him till the end of the season. And if he does keep fit, I think it'd be worth re-signing, only because we still need veterans in the dressing room. I still don't want us to be reliant on Kante week in and week out, but there's obviously no doubt that whenever N'Golo's fit, that's one of our most important players.
100%, 100%. And you see, the thing is with this recent Kante injury and why he's been off for so long. Not sure how true this is, but the surgery that he had was actually one to fix him long term. So now that I hear that, it gives me a bit of optimism. But Kante, again, we've got to remember he's got to come into form. He's missed a lot of football. He's just come from a serious injury. Yes, he's been taking the training slowly, but he needs to build that match practice, that match fitness as well. But it's no doubt it's a positive. I'm definitely excited to see, you know, if he stays long enough, if he gets into that form, how he's going to play with Enzo next to him, because no doubt that will be the strongest pivot at the club. Kante and Enzo Fernandez would be great. Do you know what I mean? Although I still think we might be left with a little bit of space in front of that defense, because, you know, Kante is not your traditional number 6. He does like to go and win the ball everywhere on that pitch, but still, you know, Kante's Kante in it. So I'm excited to see him come back. I hope so. I hope he can come back to the best of what we remember of it, man.
Same, but like, that's why I agree with the fact we shouldn't put too much pressure on him. Not too much. I want us to bring him into the team slowly. I don't want to see us start him every game. To be honest, having one game a week does help us out too. It means that we don't have to stretch him out too much. We could bring him in slowly, like last 20 minutes, last half of the game, bring him in to start the next game. I think the next month or two would determine the sort of contract that you potentially offer him. Even though they're very close, right now it's only contract length that is the issue. I think that will be defined on how he's like when he returns. Because I still have that worry in the back of my head. We're going to play him and then he's going to be injured within 3 or 4 games, because I've seen it happen too long. And I don't want that to be the case with him. I could see it happening. I really could.
But do you know what as well? I think in terms of your closest sort of profile of it, but Kante is so hard to compare to different players because he's not quite a sitter. He's definitely not quite a sitter. I agree with that. But if Potter was to alternate between him and Zakaria, one, it is 2 players that provide the best balance that we need next to our best midfielder, and 2, it also allows 2 injury-prone players to have less pressure of so many games. So that could actually work out well for us. But it's up to Potter, because all now we've seen Zakaria on the bench for the past 2 games, maybe even 3 games. We ain't seen him come on. He's got to start using him.
Yeah, this is my thing. Zakaria, like, we've rested him enough. I'd like to see him start in the Spurs game. Kovacic, I know we brought him back for the Southampton game, but he hasn't.
Not for me. He hasn't. Look, he's another one whose form has dipped ridiculously. Yes, I know injuries have started his progress, but he's been out of form for a while now. In my opinion,
I think he wants to leave personally.
Yeah,
because there's been talks that he hasn't had any contract talks with the club over the last couple months. He apparently could be looking at a new challenge. I think low-key, everything's pointing towards a Kovacic departure. And I'd like to keep him, but I'm also not too fussed if we get rid of him. Like, I rate the attributes that he has, but I also feel like there's too much that he lacks in to a
Cover
point where
doesn't want to stay. Cover doesn't want to stay, and we've heard this since summer that he's not interested in signing a new contract. So I've already made peace with the players going to leave. Look, there's quality. There's still quality in that player. Let him go to a team that has a midfield balance that he deserves, and in another league, and maybe he'll flourish. Maybe he'll play the best football that he's been wanting to play. But if he doesn't want to stay, I'm not completely against it. Do you know what I mean? Not doubting the quality of the guy, but I'm not completely against it because the build that we're going to be going through excites me as well, because I know with who's overseeing this and Christopher Vivel and them, man, they're going to make the right decisions.
Josh is trolling with that one, but that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, we can't criticize him now. We used to like him. We used to like him.
Yeah,
can't criticize him.
That's it.
What else was there? What else was there? We talked about Kante. We talked about Lukaku, the English players. To be honest, yeah, that's most of the stuff that we've gone through. Just last points before I'll send the link out to the panel for like about 20 minutes or so, and then we'll probably bounce. Feel free if you need to dip at any point, you can dip as well. But it's Tottenham. I know, like we've already spoken about, there's not really a lot of hope going into the game. Is there any way that you see us potentially leaving with 3 points, or is this just another one where it's like, let's just drink, forget this shit, and then we'll try and move on to the game next week?
Based on history, yes. Based on this manager, I struggle to see any positive result coming out of this. And the only thing that I'm looking at in this game, I'm just hoping that the players know what it means to play against Tottenham, and just derby vibes alone will get them through to a result, because I haven't seen anything tangible on the pitch, haven't seen any positive news off the pitch to tell me that we're going to get a positive result in this game. Yes, it's Tottenham. Yes, it's Tottenham, but I have to be real and call it as I see it.
Yeah, that's my thing as well. That's my thing too. It's like, if we turn up, maybe it's a case that the old Chelsea's still there, but I have to see it. I've said the same thing every week. I have to see it. I've just sent the link out to the panel, so I'll see if any of you guys are about. Well, I'm only going till 5 as well, because I have to head off to We Are Tottenham TV. But let me just see.
I'll be on for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, well, whenever you need to bounce, just do your thing. Do your thing. Right. Yes, people. What's everybody saying? What are you man all saying? You all good?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
What's going on, everyone?
No problem. I'm just coming on here. How dare you criticize players?
Yeah, if you like one player, you have to like him forever.
Exactly. How dare you?
Even Lukaku.
How dare you have an opinion that you can change? How dare you?
Can't believe it. Like, player stand culture is killing this football club.
I know, right?
Every single day.
It's ridiculous.
Fuck you, Ziad. You are the problem, bruv. You are the problem. At least you're one of the good ones. At least you're one of the good ones. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw the Athletic article that we were talking about earlier, but do you guys have any thoughts on some of the stuff that we discussed? Or...
Yeah, why did they put Mudryk picture on it?
Mudryk?
Yeah, somebody posted saying that some people not happy with the signings that Chelsea made, and they have a back of the Mudryk on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't look too deep into that. I think it's just could have been anybody. And also, like, you could say maybe out of all the new players that we've signed, I know it's early, but you could say Mudryk might have been the most disappointing so far, and that's
to do with his price. We all know that. If he was 15 million, he wouldn't be on their front cover. We know that. It's to do with his 60+ million, whatever you want to say, and apparently, and he's being targeted, obviously, online like the rest have, and there's like Chelsea fans have with Anthony and
they're saying that
stuff
like
that. So,
like overrating. I will say the manager is the overrating part that we signed this summer.
That's fine, but what they're going about, because if the article's about transfers, they're going to go on that. They're not going to go about. They're not going to put Enzo on there, because Enzo's star of the World Cup and won the World Cup, and has done pretty good.
And he's not even been too bad.
Out of 3 games, Enzo's games are the ones that actually dropped.
Right,
the game.
You're not going to put Madueke, you're not going to put João Felix because he's on loan. You're going to put the highest one who apparently is not doing very well or hasn't lit up the Premier League or scored 5 goals and 8 assists in the 3 or 4 games that he's had. So you're going to put the high profile on there because they do look online. There's no doubt they look online and see who, even their own fan base or opposition fans, they're going against who we have, and it's Mudryk, because the Arsenal fans are upset that he went to us, and because the other teams got criticised when their player hasn't started well, like Anthony or stuff like that. So it's just part of we've done it, so it's just part of the path.
I want average, like if we going back to saying like if you like to play, you cannot allow to change your stand from the beginning. Chelsea should not have fans, because when we signed Bakayoko, everybody was on it. But everybody liked it. There's not a single fan that did not like Bakayoko in the beginning. So then you changed your mind because he became a problem. So Chelsea should not have no fans.
So I'm gonna put it in
logic.
In a different way. Everybody knows what science is, right?
No, we don't.
At one time, people thought the Earth was flat. So are we supposed to now believe still the Earth is flat? I mean, it was the original thing. So, science changes. What's known today is wrong tomorrow. It's the same thing with people.
What do you mean? The world is flat. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well,
Your mind is
GS
flat,
fan
right?
would think that.
I bet you haven't been flapped-faced from
Don't worry. Andrew's told me to do that many times. I haven't tried yet, though.
Actually,
why parents do not educate their kids?
I'm not white, man. Don't worry, I'm not white.
do you know the Earth?
What does that has to do with anything?
The Earth's surface is
I thought
actually.
you would.
Ah,
I've met you. Are
Hey, Lewis, chill,
What are
man.
you talking about?
Why are you exposing me, Lewis?
We see you live on a camera, you stupid idiot. What do you think? We have a goldfish memory? We don't remember since yesterday?
Oh shit!
Yeah, do you know actually the Earth's surface is actually smooth and flat. If you take a golf ball, let's go.
Let's
stop. No, let's get
No. I'm actually
No, it's actually the saying is a cue ball in quick.
What did you do, Jeff?
Michael
Look what you
Erdogan,
done.
or what's his name? The science that used to be a weatherman that thinks he knows science.
what?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's who said the damn thing. Quit quoting somebody else. Come up with your own shit.
No, because he's right.
You
But it's
and
not flat, it's round.
Ziad need to meet each other and just go live somewhere in a flat area.
No. You're trying to make.
He didn't say flat. He said smooth. By the
That's
way,
what I just said. Didn't you hear
you
what I
said
said?
flat.
No, you stupid. I didn't say that.
No, you said flat.
Anyway.
And smooth.
Anyway.
That's about your game with girls, I guess.
Can't fix stupid, can you?
Nah.
Natural talent.
There's no pill for it. There's no surgery for it. That's just medical marvel.
It's natural
There's
talent.
people literally existed.
Yeah.
That's why in the wild some animals eat their babies.
Because they probably think
Yeah.
it's flat because they fall down more. That's all it is. No, it's all good.
Anyway, 2 days off, 3 days off training.
Not 3 days.
Yeah,
off.
because we're in such great form, we could take the 3 days off.
It's not
If we have a
That's
30 more,
what's confusing to me.
if we have a 34-man squad, how can you just sit some people out and train the rest of them? There's 34 men there.
Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I think
But
they're
that's
getting
what-
ready to get.
That's what I want
get
to
us
read.
in a
That's what I was
while.
trying to read in between the lines of it. It says there's no full team training session today either. So it's like some players have been given rest or something, or maybe it's like a half day. Maybe it's not a case like they had the entire day off.
Maybe they just needed time to write in their dream journals. That's all. You know what I mean?
I heard
maybe-
they were going to a
Sing
shaman to
Kumbaya.
do a circle jerk.
Yeah, sing Kumbaya in a circle.
Maybe like the meeting was put some like dividing into the players, and they like, you know what, let's keep those people separated for a little bit.
And I think maybe from the gym.
manager, the coach, and the players.
Right. Today we're gonna have all the Potter in players, and in the afternoon we're gonna have all the Potter out players when we get rid of the manager. And then
No,
we're
it
gonna-
is. We've seen the pictures. Yeah, we've seen the pictures of them in the gym. So they got to recover from all the DOMs, and their body's got to chill.
Yeah, because the
recover.
gym, being in the
Yeah,
gym is
because
going to
the
make you
gym
play a
is the
better,
first
be a
thing
better
you
team.
go do when you have days off.
Yeah, 100%.
That was
No
yesterday.
wonder, man. No
That was
wonder
yesterday.
they think
Pictures,
Earth
right.
was
Those
flat and you've.
Yeah. Those pictures
Oh,
are up to date as well, yeah. Those pictures are up to date, yeah. Not from like any time during this season whatsoever.
You know, You know who feels the worst about Potter? Me. Because
What?
it's my mom's maiden name is Potter.
Oh God.
And
Are you
And
trying
my
to do- are you
grandfather
trying
was
to do
a-
like troops?
was
Mom,
a
put
gunnery
you on
sergeant in the military.
Potter
in the
out, not
Army.
you, Mum, not you. Not you.
Yeah. So, you know, it strikes family with me.
Where you
'Cause you
going,
don't know,
son?
I can-
I'm going
'cause-
protest
'cause-
against Potter.
Because my you know, her family is from England. They came over on the Mayflower.
Oh.
So he could be
Damn.
relative.
You could
That
be
explains a lot,
related.
though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lewis,
So-
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna have to go.
Alright, Goonie, it's been
Big
real,
up,
man.
Goonie.
I'll see you on your channel
See you,
later,
Goonie.
bro.
Yeah,
Big up.
man. Bless up,
Everyone,
people.
links in the title, so you already know what
Yo,
to
Goonie,
do.
what do you think of Ziyech?
Hit the subscribe
Oh,
button.
shut man.
He needs to go. We need to get him out of the club.
Who said that?
Let's
Hey,
go.
Goonie, pull
The
up, man.
person
What's
that
going
you
on?
asked.
Why you Goody don't lie? I told bro. You asking me of all people, bro. I do 100 all times, bro.
Hey,
Oh,
Goonie's
you
on
got your
site,
son
man.
a
It's on site.
PS5 finally, man.
Yeah, we did. He's happy with that.
You.
Well, yeah, people.
Peace
Bless
out,
Take
up,
care,
man.
Goonie. It's been
See you
real,
later,
bro.
Goonie.
It's been real.
In a
Big
bit, in a
up.
bit.
Big up.
All the politeness can go now.
Yeah.
No, just to get
Yeah,
your
fuck
second
you, Alex.
cousin out of the club.
Hey, bro, if I knew he was related to me, I'd be snatching him by the hair and dragging him out of the club. Because you ain't gonna do that to me.
Oh.
Dude has no
They need
balls
to take him around
whatsoever.
the corner. Fucking
He's
mad.
going through that
Fucking mad.
transitional period.
Jesus. I have never seen a team in this shape take 3 days off in training. Never. In any sport I've ever watched in my 48 years on this earth, I have never seen that. Never.
I
Yeah, that's
agree,
what-
actually.
I have,
I
but
agree.
that's
Why-
because
why'd
we
you
won
take it-
something.
Why do you
That's-
take a day
that's-
off when you have one game a week? That's the
No, but
confusing.
it's the whole scenario as well. It's like we were all confused about when they took 1 day off, let alone 2.5 or 3 or whatever it is, because like they're still training, but it's like
Exactly,
a half
Scott.
day or whatever it was. It's like we all thought that 1 day off was mad. Do you know what's mad as well? Is like it's not just that; it's the fact of, like Lewis said, we had a whole week between games. Also, it's who we're playing next, bro. Do this nonsense. Say we're playing a team that doesn't matter, right? Say you're playing a Southampton or a Bournemouth.
Southampton.
Well,
Don't
you
do
can't
this
say
again.
that anymore.
No, but like you get what I mean. It's like don't do this against the only team that the fan base like can't lose to. Like,
I don't
I know we lost them in the
I don't
final
think-
against Lampard, or they lost in the cup against Lampard. Bro, it doesn't matter what other game you lose, win, whatever.
Scott,
Like the Tottenham game or the 2 games against Tottenham every season are the 1 games that most fans above every other want to win. Why are you taking days off before that game?
I don't
Why?
think they get it. I don't think they get it. In that squad, tell me, apart from the Cobham kid, who were in that squad, even the manager, do you think they get that Spurs rivalry?
They should do though, because there's enough people
I
in
don't
there who have
think
been. The problem
But
is
that's
there's
how
enough
it's
people
supposed to
in
go
there.
from. It's not the manager that brings the derby into the
Yeah,
the mentality.
that's
It's
not-
the
that's not-
players.
Yeah, and that's where like if you look at the new players, right? Like
Mhm.
Madueke should get it. He's an ex-Tottenham player.
Yeah,
He's an ex-Tottenham youth academy.
Enzo,
Enzo's just got that fight in him regardless because he's South American.
Yeah.
So he's got that. You look at, for example, Mudryk, you can see that his mentality for the most part, like he's got that. So he's fine. All the others, like the players currently at the club, should have it already because they've been at the club for multiple seasons.
Mhm.
Like,
but you think
also,
the man
people
get it?
calling me a flip flopper. I said I'd turn on Potter if certain things happen, and those things have happened. So suck your mum, really.
No. You shouldn't worry about that. I
like-
don't think you're
I
logical.
just like cussing out
Yeah,
people.
Lewis is.
I'm
still
getting on.
the
I'm
one
getting
that
on
does
Alex's
it.
level. You know, I'm getting on Alex's
Yeah, I
level.
know,
I'm
I know.
cussing out
Okay,
people in
well.
the comments now. But yeah, like these players should get it, even if the manager maybe doesn't. Right, these players should get it because either they just have that mentality anyway, or they've played in these games. See, I can't quite understand it. Like 1 day was bad enough, but you could convince yourself that it was okay. 2.5 days is nonsense. 2.5 days is just nonsense on every level.
Especially when we didn't play that a lot in the beginning. Before that, what was the difference between the games before? We did not play a lot of games before.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what's
just,
funny
it's just
about
a
the
weird thing. It's a weird thing. I know you said like the players, but I think especially like the home games and the away games, the fans have a lot to play. The players feel the fans in that game, even the ones that haven't been here or know about it. They just fit it because if you look back at the early game, the 2-2, that's probably our best performance, 90 minutes overall. Yeah. And you're not telling me that like
certainly in the league,
all those players know about the rival or even bothered by it. But you can tell by the atmosphere.
Do you know why that was our best game? Because we had a midfielder named N'Golo Kante on the pitch.
Right, yeah, but a lot of people on this panel went him out.
Exactly.
But the thing is like Andrew's right, because even other players, like you look at like Koulibaly, that's his best game this season. You could make the case. Well, like he understood straight away coming into the club, or you'd hope
even Mount had a good game.
Like it's that game. It's we all say this is the teams.
But who's the manager
team? I get it, but like this is the same team. This is the same team that Alonso, regardless of how we played,
took it personally.
Regardless of how we were playing or how they as players were playing the rest of the season, Alonso always turned up against Tottenham regardless of anything, and he was garbage. Willian the same. Willian could go games where he was shit. That game against Tottenham is the one I'll always remember, where like the one where he made Aurier his bitch. That the one where he scored 2 goals, I think it was in Lampard's season or the last season he had. He made Aurier his bitch, and he was that season like he wasn't playing good up until that point. I don't think, but it's like we had players that even if they were shit as players or were in bad form, they would turn up straight away.
Or look at the 15-16 season, that 2-2 game. Gus Hiddink was in caretaker charge.
Look, Lampard was there. Lampard and the guys, the ones that actually knows what's the thing is. My point is about the whole thing with Tottenham. Look, the one we played was Tuchel, and I bet you Tuchel is not the. He understands the rivalry more than I think. Like, who's Brighton's rivalry?
Crystal Palace.
Wow.
Yeah, but
it means something to
it doesn't.
So you see,
honestly,
it does. Look, it does matter. It does matter.
It doesn't matter about
the man. Yes, it does.
I think it does matter.
It doesn't.
It
doesn't.
It
does.
It does matter.
Okay.
Why?
Lewis, I got to bounce here pretty quick, but I want to ask this: with all that said about how we always turn up and beat Tottenham, how many are we losing by on Sunday?
2-0. A disappointing afternoon.
I was thinking more 3-0, but maybe about 5-0.
I think it's another
we can
draw.
Defend enough not to
I think it's another draw. We draw champions.
All right. Later, bro.
In a bit, bro.
I have a question for Lewis, though.
Go on.
Okay. You keep posting on Twitter saying how many games after these 3 games that we're gonna win or whatever. Like you posted like Tottenham, Leeds, whatever. Yeah. How many points are we getting out of those in the Premier
League? Spurs, Leeds, and Dortmund.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Could get a draw against Leeds. Could get a draw.
Okay. So, there is a situation when we could get into 15 after these 2 games are over.
Yeah.
15th?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you.
I'm just checking if it's protest. It's okay to start now.
Well, you're going on about the protests. Is this what it was?
Yeah, no, I'm going against. If you think,
that's why I want
no. Here, no. People saying it's not time yet. I'm saying when is the time? That's number 1, and number 2. With 2 games or 3 games, next 2-3 games. We could be 15th. Is that panic enough?
100%. Of course.
Is that when we're supposed to be?
No.
No? Okay,
no.
Just checking.
No.
Do it before it's too late. It's going to be too late soon.
The lowest we could drop is 13th if we lose our next 2 games. But your point stands. Your point still stands.
3 games, because I thought the 3 games was the next one that we are playing in the Premier League. I didn't talk about
Dortmund.
I get that. I just that protest. Just
on a protest point, yes.
If it was something serious, I probably still wouldn't have gone. But I would have respected it.
No,
it was the deadest thing ever, bro.
Yeah.
You said you went to the bridge there and you didn't see anyone.
No, I didn't go at all. But I'm saying, who really think about it? A 5 o'clock protest at Stamford Bridge on a weekday. You're gonna get yourself on the Hammersmith City line or District line at 5 p.m. during rush hour where half of London will be cutting through the underground. What are you going to gather? How many
Yeah,
people are you going to gather?
maybe I should pay attention on the day. And I think I just reposted and challenge
You have
frauds
to
of
be on a day,
YouTube.
on a game day.
But yeah, it needs to be done the different way. I
On
agree
a
with
game day. If
organization.
there's a game, then
4 months after
Yeah.
his, is the situation that bad that we protest after 4 months? I mean,
It's not a 4 month protest. Like it's is he been at the job for 4 months?
It's been almost 7 months.
No,
Is it
it's
over 7
5.
months?
It's 5.
Sorry, apologies. Yeah, 5 months. Is it?
Five.
Is it that
Yeah,
crisis?
yes, I guess.
Okay, so
Like-
September the 8th, and now it's almost end of February.
You guys are
September,
protesting.
October, November, December, January, February. 6 months.
No, it's 5.
It's 5 months, Alex, and a World Cup.
5 months.
So
It
4
doesn't
months.
matter. 5, 6
4
months.
months.
It doesn't matter. It's 5. But it's one of those things. If you're going to organize a protest, organize it properly.
Do it properly. Don't
Yeah,
do it
the
emotionally. and out of
organization, I don't
stupidity.
know about it. But
Why
I
don't
was,
you, if they wanted to organize a protest, why don't you do it for the next home game against Leeds?
yeah,
let
that's
someone
Wait,
relevant
they want
actually
to get their
organize it.
message out
Yeah.
ASAP.
all
So
the
around 5 o'clock
organization
or what?
questions I understand. I'm just saying it was nice to see the reaction
What reaction? There was no reaction.
of the
If you want a
of the
reaction, you'll see a reaction on Sunday if we lose v Spurs and the whole away ends chanting "We want Potter out." That's going to be a bigger protest.
Or sacked in the morning.
And if you want to protest, just let someone relevant do it. Like, who the hell is my man? Like, who is
Then
that?
if we end up losing to Leeds, it'll be the whole of the bridge, and
Including Lewis.
there's a bigger protest than just I can't like one mineral muncher on a fucking on Twitter. Because that's another mineral muncher, by
Hey,
the
Lewis,
way.
he
That's
came for
why
you
I
yesterday,
definitely
man. He came for you yesterday.
What?
Did you see him coming for you yesterday?
Who?
John A.
No, what did he say?
He said you don't have to run your channel.
Why would he say that?
Not fast.
Because he's a fucking
He
idiot.
said
bro.
what?
Because
He
he's a
doesn't know.
fucking
Lewis doesn't know
idiot.
how to control
Wasted,
it.
and it, guys.
Control
guys,
his channel
wasted,
and
guys.
How are people not deep that the whole point of this channel is that I don't exercise control and I let chaos just
Yeah.
Bro, you
No,
let
no,
Alex
no. You
spill
know
out a
what's
gun,
funny? You know what's funny? The funny problem with this generation is they like to, people think that what the news that they like, that's the only thing they like. If you like the news that actually you like, this is how you watch CNN or Fox. Because either CNN, like they do not change. It's
Echo
it's
chambers.
it's echo
It's all about
chamber.
echo. It's all about
You
echo
sit
chamber.
in your own
Yeah.
shit and you do not bother to move out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You are here.
It's why,
like,
it's why the
this
people.
is a
It's why
place
the
of
people
different
that lack.
opinions.
It's why you can quite clearly tell the people that lack the ability to debate, because most of the time they will just sit and listen to echo chambers or sit and listen to like. That's why, like, when he was on this channel, Johnny could not like debate with anyone when it came to certain topics, because all he wants to listen to is his own echo chamber.
Exactly, yeah.
That's also why, respectfully, that guy's views don't go up too much because it's always just the same people on there.
Exactly. Like, have you noticed, by the way, how
He gets good
like,
viewers.
the same
it's
agenda.
same people watching the entire
No, but
time. because
this
they
is the
like
thing,
the
is
same
like
opinion.
this is the thing, and this is why like this is completely off topic for YouTube stuff, but this is why, like, for example, people like Lewis and other content creators out there, whether that be Terry, whether that be Lewis, whether that be whoever, right? Most of the ones that do well or start to increase their numbers are the ones that encompass more than just a certain section of people. Like Lewis, some of the people that I guarantee, if you go and look through the subscribers that Lewis has on his channel, you'll find Arsenal fans, United fans, like maybe even Tottenham fans. You'll have fans of other people apart from Chelsea. Because
Yeah.
the thing about Lewis is he's not an echo chamber, and it's
There's
the
an
same with
engagement.
creators.
I just want to say,
Never
I think
will
it's
be.
hilarious that Alex went
Big
on
up yourself, Lewis.
Why are you bringing my name up again? The first sentence you made.
No, I just heard you rant on the current generation when you're talking about how Johnny Minerals, who's definitely in your generation, runs his YouTube channel. I just find that very funny. I don't
Oh, he's
disagree with what
younger
Alex
than me.
said. I agree with what you said. I just find that funny. We're forgetting the
Oh.
fact that Johnny's like 42, and he's just
Oh,
kind
he's
of
same age as I am.
guy.
42.
Yeah, like
Blimey.
Damn, I'm as old as
Bro, he
that
looks like
bud.
60.
so, like, I don't want to say it, but some of us age better than others.
Yeah. Blood
It's
don't
just-
crack.
Yeah.
People saying
Like no word of lie. He genuinely.
You don't look
Somebody
like
said
you
it to
do,
me.
brother.
Bro, I'm gonna say he looked the same age as my dad, and my dad turns 60 next year.
Yeah, it happens. But hey, big up everybody.
Big
I've
up
made
yourself,
my
bro.
return. Last time I
Big
was
up.
here,
Big up.
it was the Fulham preview when we had optimism and we couldn't wait for Mudryk to play. That was a funny time, man. Thinking about where we are now. Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day, staying dry, staying warm. I see Ziad with the Ziad Gabby not giving up the fight. I respect it. Very shameless.
Rocky Balboa stuff.
Yeah, what you
Hey man, you just gotta
talking
go to
about, man?
Siberia
They're
and train in
not
the
serious, man.
mountains and
You know, it's a movie
chop
character
wood
though,
and
Rocky
shit.
Balboa.
But
It's okay. I live
yeah,
my life
I
with
just,
him. It
I
doesn't
just
matter.
want to. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I wish
And
we
get
didn't.
on with the
suck too much,
pleasantries, man.
but
Fuck
we
this.
do.
Get on with what you want to talk about. Fuck the pleasantries. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
I just wanted to ask. I just wanted
This,
to
man.
ask,
Get on
right?
with
Like,
it.
hey,
Get on
fuck
with
you,
it.
surfer. I was just
Fuck
trying to
you,
make
man.
nice
Let's
with my
get on with
friends.
it,
But
yeah?
all right,
Fuck you. Get on with it. Come on.
fuck you.
Oh, come on.
But you know what? I just wanted to ask, right? Because we all, let's be honest, we're all at varying levels of pissed after Southampton, and like varying levels of like fed up, right? We all are. Let's just be honest. But like, by some grace of God, right? Let's just say we do win on Sunday. Some grace of whatever higher being you believe in, right? Say we do win. I understand, like, we hate Tottenham and we'll be gassed, right? But, like, surely you have to take these 3 games as their own condensed sample size. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't do
Yeah.
any good for the team to beat Tottenham and then beat Leeds and get knocked out against Dortmund. Just like it wouldn't do any good to lose the league games, really, and then go through against Dortmund. Everybody would still kind of be pissed. You know, like, surely the club has to be looking at these next 3 games as like, what are we going to do? I think they know what they're going to do. It's just not the time to pull the plug yet, because a lot of pulling the plug relies on having the next guy in place. But you know, I don't know. It's like we're in like a weird position. We're in a very strange spot. I don't know, but I just wanted to put it out there. Like, how do we feel about it?
Oh no, I agree with everything you said because, like,
I feel
like
my
you said, like,
antidepressants are working well.
even if we beat Tottenham, like, it's kind of like what I was talking about earlier, where like
Yeah,
even if
mine
we
are
win,
too. Mine are too.
it kind of means nothing because we basically always beat Tottenham regardless of what form we're in.
We're
Like
losing
there
or drawing.
there are occasions when we don't, for example, in the cup, like under Lampard, but like more often than not, we tend to either get a result against Tottenham or play well against Tottenham, regardless of our form going into that game. So like, that Tottenham result, that Tottenham result almost means nothing in terms of like it almost means nothing apart from if we get battered, like if we get played off the pitch by a team that, well, I was going to say doesn't have their manager, but their assistant manager might be better than their actual manager. But
Yeah,
that's
but
like,
they don't play bad now. The last couple
I
of
was going to
games,
say that
actually.
he might be better than their actual manager, but that aside,
Yeah.
like if we lose to this Tottenham team, like, and especially if we get bad, that will obviously have ramifications. But from like a more positive side, or like a more like if we win or play well, it means nothing.
I'm
Because,
strictly
again,
looking
we
at the
literally go
positive.
straight
If
into
we,
the
like, guys,
game
if
after and
we're
then
2-0 down after 30 minutes on Sunday afternoon, somebody's going to try and storm the pitch.
100%.
Like, I
From the
hope,
away
I
end.
hope we're ready.
Yeah,
for
it's
it.
a away game.
No. I know somebody from the away end is going to storm the pitch.
Yeah,
Somebody's going to try something.
Fatouin running.
Alex, you are underestimating how much these people hate Tottenham. Like when Kane makes it 2-0.
No. I know that, but
Tottenham.
But like I'm strictly talking from a positive perspective. I don't think we're gonna win. I didn't think we
I
were
think
gonna
we're
beat
drawing. I think
when we
we're
all
drawing.
did.
I think we
I
draw.
think we're gonna lose. I'm just hoping that we score a goal. I'll be honest. I've been very
Give me
vocal.
some limp.
It's such
Give
a.
me some links.
It's you need so much. You don't need how you say it in English. You don't need a lot to make person a happy person, right?
Yeah,
I
like
just-
my expectations are very low, lower than
Yeah.
most, and we're still not
Exactly.
even meeting those.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't know. We're in a weird spot, man. We're in a very, very like funny spot.
It's the most uncertain that it's been in ages. Big up Steve saying huge game at the Spurs on Sunday, must win for Graham Potter. Big facts. Also says, could we have a poll, please? 3 rounds in the Octagon, end of season special. Andrew or Steve versus Johnny Minerals. Let's cheer up the fan base. I say Andrew and Steve versus Johnny and Mitchie.
Let me be the
Attack.
corner man, please. Hey, Andrew, let me be the corner man, please.
That's fine.
Actually, add Scott in. Tell Johnny to find a partner. We'll have a 6-man tag. That'll work.
Elimination chamber things.
Hey, the way he's going, add Thomas SW6 to Johnny's side, man. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. There's your 6-man. There's your 6-man.
There is actually a competition in Russia. You have like a MMA, like 5 versus 5, like.
5 versus 5. I mean,
Survivor Series style.
Yeah,
match?
I'm
Is
sure
that what
Johnny
we're
will
talking
find
about?
2 mods that you can get in.
Survivor Series elimination match. Is that
Back
what
in
we're
the
doing?
80s, they used to call the clubs.
That would be football heritage.
I fear what that
right
Damn.
means now. I fear what that means.
Honestly, Johnny is genuinely deluded. Like I've never met like a more deluded guy in my life.
Thomas is up for this. He's fine.
Yeah, I'll pull up. I'll pull up.
Why will you pull up, man?
No. If we need a
Hey.
Hey, Andrew,
make sure you pull up when it's not windy, because you have to carry bricks in your pockets for the wind not to take you away, man.
Training, I need a punching bag. It's fine. For training, I need a punching bag. So
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are we gonna have 30 people in this tag match against Johnny Minerals? What's going on?
Hey, Johnny's a big guy, you know. Johnny's a big guy. The rest of Johnny's actually a big guy.
How many people you
Punch
think
where
fit
you
the
can
wrestling
reach
ring?
him
What is
in the dick. Punch him in the
It's
dick if
you know
you
what,
can reach him there.
Do you know what?
Alex, no, I'm sure, but what the fuck? I knew it.
Peter's right. We'll do this. Me, Stephen Scott against him and his entire chat. Let's do this.
Oh,
Let's do this, yeah? His entire
I'm gonna go
chat.
down, but I'm gonna go down swinging, bro.
I went in Johnny's chat one day.
I'm gonna be like Neo in the Matrix Reloaded. That's
I
the
went-
thing. It's like Agent Smith's coming at him, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I may go down. I'm taking a piece of everyone with me.
You're taking souls.
How does that guy have 15K
One
followers?
person
What the
has to
fuck?
come down.
I'm Captain America before the portals. That's what I am.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Captain America
Let's
before the portals, man.
forget about the pretend life of
Todd
superheroes.
Bowley is splashing out on a luxury chill-out room as Chelsea
what?
battle on the pitch
That's pretty
crisis.
fire.
The new players' lounge will include soft furnishings
I
and
swear.
possibly video games. Designers
Oh
are
my
also decorating walls with motivational phrases.
That actually
Bro, they're gonna start playing
What
fucking
is this? Is this
Warzone in the
young
chill room.
Swear, this is
a young
Google.
So it's going to say
This-
fight and win on the walls.
I
and shit.
bet you we get Google as a sponsor.
Guys, I'll be honest. This sounds pretty cool. We're only pissed because we won 2 and 15. But like, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I want this.
Imagine your break room at work got an upgrade. You'd be stoked.
Yeah,
that'd be
you
cool.
spend a lot of
Yeah,
time
that's
more in the
fine.
break
Yeah,
room than in the actual
I like
workroom.
this. I just don't like that we suck, but I like this. This is cool.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with
Peter,
it.
Just make a
Let's-
chill-out room
hold on a
outside
second.
Stamford Bridge for after games because we need.
They're gonna start
Oh,
playing
yeah,
Warzone
No,
after
no,
losses.
no.
It's
Remember
soccer,
what
something
happened when what's his name went into the office first time? What's his name when he bought Twitter? Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Remember that? They had like all kinds of stupid crap when people
Oh,
don't
yeah,
do
no.
actual work.
I kind of like this. I don't know. Like
I know you would. Anybody would. But the productivity, I don't think it will increase.
I don't like that we know about this or we're hearing about this, but I think this is a good idea. I don't see why
It's just going to say on the walls.
I hope
give
it's for the
everything.
I hope it's for the kitchen ladies that wash the
Man
dishes.
said give
and all that.
everything on the wall.
Give
I was
everything
thinking,
on
like-
the walls, bruv.
Do you know, like,
Really,
it's kind of hit.
Are people that mad that basically a report is saying they're just updating the training setup, which
Yeah.
they're probably going to do anyway?
I was going to say
That's
that's
the
something like Peter kind of hit the nail on the head with this. It's like this does sound cool, but it's just like the situation we're in right now and the fact we're
Stop
hearing
trying to
about
do
this
that,
is like
dude.
probably didn't need to hear about this. Like if you just did this, it's cool. Didn't need to hear about this. I didn't really need to find out this news.
Yeah.
I'm all
Like,
on
I'm going to be
board.
using the breakout room. The breakout room for the footballers, not me. So why tell me? Just let them do it. And let me see them.
I'm just waiting for the
all on board
YouTube
with free
video.
streaming.
I love how it
where
says luxury too.
They're going to be
I'm like-
streaming in there and everything.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the YouTube video where they get the guided tour. You know, like.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
going to
the
make
funny-
a
the
video
funny-
in there after dropping a 2
The
out
funny
of 10
part is the
I'm
guy
just gonna start doing zoomies in
the
there.
funny part is when the news guy read it what upgrade was going on, he's like, what would the ones that actually piss off the most Chelsea fans? Probably this is because we're probably rebuilding a whole new everything in there. But this is the only thing that he mentioned in his newspaper.
right, yeah.
Like
Well,
I feel like motivational phrases on the wall is kind of corny, but like I don't mind.
Yin and yang.
I've got motivational. I've got.
You
I've
know
got
There's a
those.
bunch
You
of
know those when
Champions
you
League
go into
winners
the
leave
doctor's
motivational
office.
phrases on the wall.
Yeah,
I've-
achieve. You know those doctor's office posters.
Yeah,
Achieve.
believe and you will
I've
achieve.
got a few. I've got a few things. I've got a few things that
Achieve,
can.
dream, live.
Yeah, I've
Achieve,
got a few
dream,
things they can
achieve,
put
strive.
on the wall, like pass it forward, score a fucking goal, win a fucking game.
Finish your
Lift up
fucking
once in
dinner.
your life.
You know,
No. You know what's funny? Let Chelsea fan make art for the offices,
Oh,
and
please.
probably it will be like Mount
Hey,
is
you know
Mount
what?
is shit, and like actual.
do you know that? Do they should put? You know that mural? They should have Mount, Havertz, and Gallagher, and then put X's through their faces as a mural.
No.
Yeah.
You know that the new thing that right now is going on, that AI, how big is progressing now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they have a TV with AI that felt the Chelsea supporters and it will put some kind of picture like this is how Chelsea supporters feel about the team.
And what they do is,
You know what I'm saying? What would you think?
think?
What
While
would
they're
you
doing the
think
guide-
that the picture will show?
But while they're doing Alex, while they're doing the guys, they'll walk in there and they'll see Kai Havertz watching the TV, and it's just that clip of Lewis going, "If you still rate Havertz by now, it means you are sexually attracted to him," over and over and over again. And
Yeah, that's not what. No, I'm saying, can you imagine that screen will show the picture of Chelsea fans feeling about their team right that moment? Like especially you can change in the halftime. After the halftime, you're walking through.
Are we a club that needs motivational phrases though? Like, can't we just put pictures of them winning?
A
the
manager doesn't. Do
I
you
was
feel
gonna
like
say,
a
like,
manager
that's-
gives them
that's the thing,
motivational
it's like-
speeches?
Stop
like,
disrespecting our manager.
But
No.
Alex, half of the
do you want us
people
to
in the
disrespect
squad-
you?
Half of the people in the
Fuck my
squad
life.
won the European Cup 2 years
means a
ago.
lot.
Can't we just put pictures of that in the
Yeah, or like at the very
pretty
least,
sure
20
those
put
pictures
pictures
are
of
already
like
there.
past successes. Like, why does it have to be motivational phrases? Like,
Can't we put pictures of like past success or something? Like,
No. I'm not saying phrases.
They want to
like,
erase all of that. They
What
want to
I'm saying
erase.
is, like, do you feel like what's the biggest problem with Potter at the moment? A lot of people saying that he's like too much like PE teacher. He's like not. He's not. They don't think that he speaks to them like the way they.
He's like Ole.
motivating them. That's
Hey.
what I'm saying.
Want to put his favourite poem verses then on the wall that he likes to read or something like
Poem.
that? You know, have
Yeah,
Kumbaya.
all right. So
Have a prayer- have a-
my question
have a poem
is,
circle in the middle of this new thing.
who's
They can sit
deciding the
down and write their
motivational
dream
phrases
journal.
that go on the wall? Who
I-
decides this?
Yeah.
Your
I think
shit.
there is. I think there
You're not
is.
just have it.
There's
on a
Buddha.
serious note, by
There's
the
a
way, I
whole
was
freaking
on a,
book
like,
of motivational speakers or like a serious thing. That this generation lives off of it. Like people got pissed at Rhys James because he thought that remember that thing that he posted recently on his Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
saying,
He posts every 2 weeks.
This like people try to understand the meaning. There's no meaning to it. The guy is like literally, I don't know if he went to college or anywhere. The guy literally knows football, everything in and out. He didn't go outside for too long. He saw the quote. He think it's smart. The quote looks good. He posted. That's it. This is generation of people just posting a cute quote. And people like, let's find out what Rhys James meaning behind it. There's no fucking meaning behind it. He saw it, he's like,
talking about this guy or that guy.
To be fair, the last one was kind of sus though. Last one was like, oh yeah,
What?
kind of throwing shade at
He
someone.
could have been talking about his gal. He could have been talking about anyone.
exactly.
about building bricks together.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
weren't
like,
there-
what
you
the
weren't there
fuck is
before I
Mason
made
Mount
it
knows
as a
about
footballer.
masonry?
Now I'm a footballer. You
Maybe
would've
got
known.
ripped off. Maybe got ripped off.
Talking to his best friend.
What the fuck did Alex just say?
If he wants to if he wants to know something about the bricks, I don't think he actually hold the brick in his life. Do you think he hold the brick in his hand in his life?
Wait, are we talking about Rhys James holding actual bricks or like drugs?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Do you
no.
think Rhys James has hold the brick ever in his life?
I'm gonna say drugs.
Hold on. I didn't pay attention for like a couple seconds. Are we talking like real, like brick? and
Yeah, like
know.
well, the quote meant
Alright.
like the quote
Now that
meant.
robbery sounds sus now.
Do you know that? quote? You know that quote that he said that like a bricks, you're not there to build it. Whatever that sentence he made.
Yeah.
And I'm
it's more like you
questioning
weren't there
literally,
seeing me.
do you think that guy actually ever hold the brick in his life in his hand?
Never.
No.
So what is people? Why are people trying to find the meaning what Rhys James says about the bricks?
Look, man, I don't really care about.
Grab
I
that
don't really
brick,
care about
and hit Mason Mount over the head with it. That's the best thing he can do with the brick.
I just want our players to stop saying stick with us and actually just score some goals.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm cool with drawing 3-3. I have no more patience for 0-0 draws. I've run out of
honestly, man. Yeah,
like,
facts.
Give me a saucy 3-3. Give me some excitement. Like, just give me some FPL points.
Give me some build-up play. No build-up. There's no build-up play.
You need that point to stack up.
I'm dying. I am dying up here.
What you were saying about like the like what they're saying and everything, this feels like how the United players were under Ollie, where it's just like, and kind of under Ranić, where it's just like you kept seeing these, like every game it was like Fernandes, Ronaldo, De Gea, or Rashford, one of those four, maybe a couple of others, just constantly put out stuff on either social media or in interviews after games. It's like, no, just shut the fuck up at this point. You're just saying the same stuff over and over again.
Exactly,
just like on the pitch and shut up.
Yeah, like I wish when we talked less, like it was one thing if we kind of stunk but no one said anything. So like at least you gave the impression that everybody was miserable and like there was solidarity. But it's a whole lot of stick with the see you in Germany, and we haven't scored or won since. Like,
and it's the shit player saying it too.
That's what I'm saying, Jay. Jay, it was literally the same thing as it was under United, where it's the same players, and it's like you don't notice there's certain players you didn't say anything, but it's like for example, you're not going to hear Casemiro's not going to say anything because this man is actual knows what
he's a winner.
He's doing. Leader,
exactly, he knows.
Like Maguire, or you got Rashford when he was going through a shit period. De Gea, it's like, no, just shut up, man. Just shut up. Just do it now.
Just get on the pitch.
Really, just
Rashford was writing fucking essays. He was writing fucking essays, dude. Like after every game.
Like,
Crazy.
If you're gonna go on your socials, talk about stuff that's not related to Chelsea at all. Just be a normal person. Stop trying to make us feel better. If you want to talk about,
it's gonna make us feel worse.
Football manager save, I don't care. Like, just be a normal person. Stop being like, "Hey guys, we're trying to figure it out." Yeah, I hope so. But we won 2 games in 15.
One of the guys that does it is Kai. He does it all the time after losing.
Like, bro, just post videos of your little golden retriever.
It's on you. If you have socials and you follow those, if you have an Instagram and you follow dude on Instagram, it's on you.
This is why I don't. On a side note, this is why I don't follow.
If you're looking for the pictures of what Kai Havertz is gonna tell you, it's on you, man.
I'll say this is why I don't follow footballers on Instagram.
This is why I don't have an Instagram.
I don't follow a single footballer on Instagram, and I probably never will. Because I'm not read all this shit from after the game. I don't really care about their life outside of the game.
There's so much more on the internet, kids. Better than I swear, man.
But how do we all feel about? I mean, how do we feel about the Leeds game?
I don't know.
They don't have
how they
play.
They hired Javi Gracia a couple days ago.
Yep.
Oh shit! Let's get past the Spurs game first, man.
Yeah, I would need to see how we play against Spurs before I can make any assumptions of how.
Spurs game, man.
I'll be honest. That Spurs game is a 5:30 a.m. local kickoff for me.
Bro, Peter, me too.
Don't even bother with that.
I might catch you guys second half. I might not. If I wake up and I see we're losing, I'm gonna find a different game in La Liga and watch that.
Us California boys, bro. It's gonna be fucking. We're gonna wake up for that shit show, dude.
I'm not promising you I'm gonna wake up. I didn't wake up for West Ham either. I saw full time. I saw 1-1. I tweeted, if you can't support us when we lose, don't support us when we draw, with the little blue heart. I did my proper Chelsea, and I just went to work.
Also on a side note, I didn't realize. Well, on the Leeds game, someone's just put in the chat. Apparently, Javi Gracia was the Watford manager when we lost 4-1.
Yep.
Brilliant. Sweet.
Brilliant, man.
Wow. Oh wait,
is it time for panic, Lewis? Not yet. Not yet. How many games?
New manager bound.
Bro, I'm not panicking until we're in the relegation zone. Because I'm past panicking. I just
Leeds have got Southampton. Oh, you know, Andrew, they got Southampton at home.
I get pissed during the game. I get pissed after the game. Then I bun a
3-0 win for Leeds this weekend.
So saying you're bunning a Zubby, man.
Oh yeah. I keep forgetting.
3-0 win for Leeds. 3-0 win for Leeds this weekend against Southampton. Peter.
If we panicking in the relegation zone, then we're looking for what manager then? Because the only one we get in.
No, Big Sam.
Big Sam.
Guys,
the relegation
Big Sam,
right now.
Well,
he'll do better than Graham Potter.
I would have said Sean Dyche, but unfortunately he's off the table now.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna catch us, by the way.
I know they would.
They're gonna catch us. No bullshit.
Yo, fuck it, man.
Does anyone object to one of the greatest Premier League midfielders of all time, recently out of work, coming back?
Frank Lampard. I was just about to say that.
Lampard, baby.
Steven Gerrard. Anyone?
No, not Steven Gerrard. You don't have to-
Let's make it weird.
I hear. Hey, is Roy Hodgson actually retired, or is he just out of
That
the
is weird.
Peter said it.
I think it's not work. Yeah.
Where's Cassidy?
Wow.
Where's the other
He's
night?
retired.
He retired.
Get him out.
Oh.
Get him out.
So
Oh,
did,
retired, okay.
so did
Get him
Big
out.
Sam.
Hey, do
It
you know
doesn't
what?
matter, man. Money talks.
If Real Madrid
Yeah, I
don't
just
want-
think Sam
if
doing
Real
a
Madrid-
podcast. Yeah, them man, they retired long
Real
time.
Madrid don't want one of, if not the greatest manager of all time. The fans don't want him. Take Don Carlo back, please. Just take him back.
Hey, Sam,
Kill
in a
that.
heartbeat.
You should have never been sacked.
Even Dick Advocat is retired.
He's retired as well.
Is Gus Hiddink retired?
What of
Yeah.
Gus
Felix
Hiddink
McGrath?
retired, yes.
Ah, shit.
Felix
Get him out of
McGrath.
retirement.
hitting too,
Offer him
damn.
another best
Where's
spot.
Louis Van Gaal?
That will be fine.
He retired as well.
I would take Van Gaal at this point, man.
He
I'm so
retired as well.
desperate.
To be fair,
I'll take-
I think he
Oh,
retired.
has he
No.
retired too?
Yeah, he retired after the. I think he's when he
World
left the
After the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was already scheduled for retirement after World Cup.
Where's,
Yeah, he said he was going to retire
Where's
after.
Ronald Koeman?
Oh, he had some kind of disease, right? Yeah.
Where's Ronald Koeman?
Yeah.
Bring back. Let's bring
He's
Ronald Koeman.
Andrew, he's going to be the next Dutch manager, or already is the Dutch
He
manager
was,
again.
wasn't he? Didn't he?
Yeah, he was, and he is again. I think.
Christ.
You guys need to understand.
Damn.
Walid Regragui, man. Simple as that.
Don't remind
Who?
me, bro.
Walid Regragui.
Felix.
Oh, the Moroccan
Pick up
coach?
the We Are Tottenham boys. I'll see
Yes.
you lot in an
Don't
hour.
shake your head, Andrew. How dare you shake your head?
I didn't understand what you
Enjoy
said.
the free
That's why I
points.
shook my head.
Walid Regragui.
Okay.
Hey,
Guys,
all I'm saying is, hey,
Conte leaves Tottenham at the end of the summer,
no,
and then
no,
we get
no,
Who
I'm
is,
Conte.
saying-
who is
Andrew.
fighting?
no, I was going to say,
Really
like,
retired.
I've seen enough
Wait,
name. All I'm saying is, Steve Bruce is out of a job right now.
Lucy.
Oh, he'll do better than Potter for sure.
Hang on. I've got it. He criticised our youth policy the other week. Tony Pulis. Let's go. Let's do this.
You know what?
You know what Tony Pulis?
Maybe.
Oh! Ah!
Come on, man. At least we
You know,
attack
you know who I
Where's
would
Bobby
like.
Di Matteo?
Man, what's that manager? Used to be a manager that managed some kind of orange team.
Orange.
That's helpful.
You know.
Premier
talking about-
League. It went to
You talking about
championship.
Ian Holloway?
He told
Yeah,
Yes!
Blackpool.
Blackpool.
Oh, Ian Holloway.
Oh my god.
That's over.
I will take Ian Holloway right now.
Ian Holloway.
Oh
Charlie
my
Adams,
God.
days, bruv.
Who the fuck is that?
Ian,
Your daddy.
What you said.
Bro, they were sick when they came up, you know. Hey, put some respect
Oh
on
my
his name,
God.
bro.
Oh my
They went
God.
straight
Blackpool,
back down and went all the way to League
You
Two,
guys-
bro. I'm good.
Bro,
Do you guys think, as a coaching staff, if us 10 were in charge of Chelsea for the next 15 games, we could get more than 2 wins?
No.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
No.
I mean, the players, yeah,
Hey,
players
I'll
shit,
be
so.
emotionally
just
involved,
play
bro.
dice ball.
No.
We just play dice ball. Everyone
Yeah,
behind
bro,
the
like
ball.
we literally just go into
Peter,
it.
Peter, you
Peter, we go
you
stick
think
to the
that
back,
it's like
play
a
long ball.
virgin thing. If you go on first time, like it's just gonna.
Oh, no.
float.
We're not. Here's the thing. We're not going as the Carefree Lewis panel on YouTube.com to teach Chelsea Football Club's players how to play football. We're going to embrace all forms of terrorism. I hope you understand.
I'm going to chill
We're
out in
not
that new
going-
aura room. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Chill out in the new aura room.
like all those 2 Caliban memes, you're gonna have to put the Osama beards on all of us, man. Like, I'm talking
Facts,
whoever,
bro.
Thiago Silva up top, if that's what it takes, whatever. Like, I honestly
Aspie at right wing. Aspie at right wing.
Aspie at right wing,
Fuck it.
Reece James at right back. It doesn't matter. But like at this point, like I don't know. We might as well try something. Would you guys be upset if we sat back and played on the counter against Spurs?
No.
No. Can I tell you this right now? I don't want playing out from the back. I want straight hoofball, even if we lose it.
Oh, yeah,
Straight
100%.
hoofball, bro. I'm telling you right now, hoofball. Straight up, Sean Dyche
To
style.
who?
Sean Dyche style. I don't care if we lose it.
Thiago Silva.
Fofana,
Get away.
maybe Havertz. Maybe
No,
Wait,
I don't
Havertz
care.
is
Just get it
6'3",
away.
right?
Get it
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
I think he's 6'2", yeah.
What the hell?
What?
No, play for Fana up
Playing
top. and
playing
just-
as keeper. Playing Havertz as keeper.
Guys, I got this. I got the tactics. 5-3-2, Havertz and Fofana up top, right?
Yep.
You got Enzo, Gallagher, because all he does is run anyways.
Yeah.
And then one other midfield. And then we play wing backs, who are really just fullbacks.
Yeah.
And then we have Thiago Silva, Badiashile, and Fofana as our
Yep.
3 center backs.
Yep.
Step out of your own half. Play for.
Yep.
We're at 31 points. We just need to get to 40 to make it. Okay. We have like 15 games to get 9 points. Surely Graham Potter can manage that, right?
Yeah.
No.
Surely, maybe.
Should we
I
go
don't
through
know
the
who.
fixture list
I
again?
don't
'Cause I
know
still
who
don't know what the
Shirley
9
is.
points are.
I don't know
Andros.
who Shirley is, but she ain't helping him either.
Also, with that as
We
well,
got
go on further.
Madridista saying
it's like
Tahia Maghreb, Ziyech best player in Chelsea. I'm
My
guessing
goat!
that's Is that the
Peter,
Moroccan coach?
What are you doing to your goat?
He
What?
is the goat. He
Slaughtering
knows.
him.
Despicable
Slaughtering him
things.
for eat.
Peter, go on one further with that as well. You
that
give
goat
the ball
alone,
to
Ziyech.
Kepa, and you just tell him hit the corners.
This is how
Hit the
you
corner flag.
get
Facts.
STDs from animals.
I think we should attempt. I think on Sunday we should attempt to clear the ball out of the stadium that they run out of balls to play the game anymore. That's what
Yeah.
I think we should do. We should do that. We know they have a set limit of football.
I don't
so
think
that's what we
anybody
should
can
do.
kick the ball hard
Yeah.
enough at
Put
Chelsea.
it out there
Not with that
way.
attitude, brother. What the hell?
No. Or say everyone. Listen. My
Don't
thing.
worry, just tell them to shoot at goal and they'll get one or
Lewis,
two out.
you and everyone in your way.
Exactly.
Lewis,
First of
Lewis,
all,
you
they
and
don't
everyone in
shoot
your
at
way
goal.
then.
What do you think?
You and everyone in your way end. If you get the ball, just don't give it back. Just do not give it back.
No,
just
no.
keep it. And deflate
That's a
it.
shout.
Deflate
If
it.
the ball
No, no,
comes
no,
near
no,
me,
no.
I'm not giving it back.
Surfer,
Deflate it.
we don't have to kick them out of the stadium. We have to kick them into the away end. If you get a ball, run out of the
Yeah.
stadium.
Or
With the
deflate it. Or deflate it.
That way
Deflate
you
it.
don't have. That way you
Thiago
don't have to
Silva,
watch.
player manager.
That way you don't have to watch, and then we might
What?
not. Have
I
to play.
said that like 2 weeks ago,
Deflate it with
man.
keys. You deflate it
I
with
don't
keys.
remember.
Deflate it with your keys.
I was still far in then. Things have changed. I'll take anyone.
This is
Defender
what I
says,
said.
what
Leave
about
Thiago
company
Silva
from
as a player
Burnley?
manager
Yes.
until the end of the season. But this
But
guy needs to
guys,
be gone.
To all of you listening, these tactics I'm sure sound insane, but think about it. We're already not winning. We might as well try something different.
Yeah, exactly.
If it doesn't work, are we going to act like what we're doing was working in the first place?
So you go from
Yeah.
the crazy point, like since we're not winning, the biggest problem for us it's not losing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nine
I was gonna
draws,
say,
we get to 40
we're
points.
we're
Nine
literally-
draws, we can get there.
We're staying up.
Mourinho in.
Peter's mindset, Alex. Peter's mindset at this point is throw everything at the wall and see what shit sticks. Throw
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
anything
If
at
we
the
go
wall.
1-0 down,
Like how
How
you
is
said
that
shit
that
too.
crazy?
if we go
By the
1-0
way,
down,
it's not
we
Stacco.
ain't gonna get. We ain't gonna
Chelsea
score.
players are not Stacco.
The
They
end
cannot
of
stick to
Also-
the wall.
Also, guys, on the bright side, our goal difference is 0 and everybody's below us.
There is a bright side to it.
Guys,
Hey,
we
Alex,
can't,
we could
we
be
can't
in the relegation
commit, we
zone.
can't commit numbers forward and start sacrificing our goal difference because I don't actually want to get relegated. And right now we're at 0. I've never seen a team get relegated with a 0 goal difference.
Yeah,
Should be fine. You know
So
what I'm
far.
saying?
Yo, you
so far.
you gotta see if I'm giving you 5 games, man, and all I'm gonna see is like, oh, all those YouTubers gonna be, we gotta go protest, we gotta go
Look,
protest.
we're not.
Hang on. Does everyone remember in 14-15 Chelsea away to QPR? Does everyone
Yes.
remember that game?
Yeah,
I remember watching that supremely hungover.
I
It was
want,
horrible.
I want 15 of those league performances in a row. That's what I want, and try and snatch at the end. That's all I need. I need terrorism of the highest terrorist
Jesus
football
Christ.
I've ever seen. So much so that when we mention the games in 2 years' time, you'll start making that movement with your head because you're trying to. You're like, what? Well, I can't remember. You get the flashbacks. That's what I want. I want that of the highest supreme terrorism.
PTSD
and
from
win
the
games.
game.
Andrew, you want so much. Andrew, you want so much terrorism that it makes Conte look like Pep.
Exactly.
Boy.
Oh no, or the Conte Man City away performance of Eden Hazard as the false 9, but we don't lose 1-0. Just that.
No,
Just that.
You know
both
what?
legs of Championship League
Remember that, Lewis?
season in 2012.
You know how we
Both
spent
legs
like
against
200
Barcelona in 2012.
No, we played good football. I'm not having that. We played good football in that, man. I'm not having that. No, we played good football. I'm not having that. Are you mad? That's one of the great. Those two of the
Nah,
great.
you know how we spent like 600 mil on players? You think we could like buy a few results from these relegation teams, like a couple draws?
Hey,
give it a shot, honestly.
Like,
Wait,
we gotta
guys.
start something. We might as well.
Yeah, honestly. Wait, guys, what's up with no training today? There's no full team
Fuck
training
knows.
today. What was that
Guys,
go
about?
back to the beginning of the stream. We already explained it.
They
Oh,
wanted
shit, okay, I didn't
they
watch
wanted
that.
the players they wanted the players away from Cobham to surprise them with the new game room. It makes sense.
The aura room. It's the new aura room.
The aura.
Aura room.
The
With
luxury
aura,
the lights.
yeah.
The lights that go.
Give
with the
They
everything.
weren't done with the
Yeah.
motivational phrases, so they had to keep the boys away. I
No,
get
but
it.
but Peter, the lights change the color of your mood when you enter.
I blame California for that. I blame California.
You're blaming us for that.
Wait, why?
What did we do?
Yeah, what do we do?
What do you do? You all the tech companies that does that in the new
I'm so
working
sorry we
regime.
have 2 wins in 15.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a game room going. I'm so sorry. Man. Our fault. Fuck.
That's true.
Sorry, we're trying to do fun shit, man. Fuck.
Exactly. Keep the fun at your house and don't bring it to mine. There's a communism in my house.
Big up the Vendor saying, what about Vincent Company from Burnley? I mean, might as well. He's doing better than Burnley than what's working with Chelsea. Again, we'll take
No.
anybody at this point.
No.
No
Have you guys
Company?
seen the speeches? Actually, he actually seems pretty like authoritative and assertive. Like that's pause, but like
You
yeah.
surprised?
he
You learn
actually
off Pep.
Yeah, of course. But like he was like, damn, he was doing it his first job and he's already acting like that. I'd like to see that. I don't think Potter does that at all.
No, what he does is, they write in their dream journals and then they get in the circle and then they read
No,
out
exactly.
about how they're feeling, and then they go, "So you've heard that? How does that make you feel? How does that make
Do you think they
That's
have
life.
like a
That's
circle
life.
with chairs?
And then
Do you
what
think
do
they
is
have a
they
circle with chairs
Well,
and they go
Oh, it's an alcoholics
and they go on one by one? How
They have the little stress ball that, like, when it's your
and
turn
then
to
they
speak,
get
they
up,
toss
you
you
know,
the
they
ball
get
so you can speak.
They get
Bro,
up
it's
and they eat.
not like you ever put like Mason Mount going, "Hi, my name's Mason. Hi, Mason." And this is
Hi,
like,
Mason.
Hi,
My name is
Mason.
Mason Mount and I can't pass.
Like, Mason, why do you think you don't pass the ball
No,
enough?
no. They make him stand in the middle and they go,
No, you see what
So they
we
go,
see what
okay,
happens
two-
when Mount throws the balls and Fofana catches, and he's like, "Hi, my name is Fofana. You see, Mason, you can throw the ball.
Yeah,
You can pass the ball."
They get Mason in the middle. They get Mason in the middle, and they go. So how does it feel when Mason breaks down a great flowing move? How does that make you feel?
It makes us feel, but
How does that make you feel? How does it feel when Kai Havertz doesn't finish a shot? How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when
How does it feel when Kepa has a T-Rex arms?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel when your manager, after 1-0 defeat, still tells you played well in the second half, even though you did not? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
There's a lot of Phoenix going on in the club.
All right, hi, my name is Mudrik. Cucurella, fucking pass the ball to me. We're just gonna call
He's
it
like, I would, but
Hi,
I'm
my name
saving
is
for
Aubameyang and I don't get to play. Hi, my name is
Do you
Mason
think
Mount and I
Aubameyang?
like to play.
Do you think Aubameyang was allowed in the room?
Aubameyang has his own therapy circle with under 18s. Yeah.
He's like,
Right, guys, it's been real, but I do have to bounce. We are Tottenham TV away, and I gotta head over to their studio. We'll be back live again tomorrow, people. We'll figure out what we're going to be live about.
you
But
see, people have
be live.
studios. Lewis
Can't
has
say leave you-
corners.
Can't say leave
Lewis.
you out on that channel, Lewis. Can't
Lewis.
say leave you out.
I
How
did
many
big time.
results- How many results are you away from doing relegation?
say leave you
watch?
out.
Two
Okay.
results. Two free
We will be
results.
doing relegation watch after Dortmund. Gotcha.
Yes, defo. We will be bringing relegation watchers streams. Big up everybody that's locked in. Like,
Big up, guys.
subscribe, stay here because it's going to go to Never a Foul. Goonies live over there. So check them out. Show them
Jesus,
some
Goonies
love.
all over the place,
Yeah,
mate.
big up and up the Chelsea.
Yeah, he said he doesn't have time to protest. He has a busy life.
He's in America.